Hiya folks, hope everybody's fit and well. Just a short video basically, what's been happening around here, what I've been spinning and what I've been doing basically. Just before I start, I just want to show you something. And I was on eBay about 3 weeks ago and I came across these. And what I use them for is CD storage. And they equate to about £2 or £3 each. They're not very expensive. And you can also fold them up and they collapse this really well. So you get something like that, then you just do that, you get a little box. And if anybody wants cheap CD storage, look them up. They're just really good. And also they're deceptively strong as well once it's all put together. And when I got the first lot, I thought they're not going to hold, especially when you've got like 100 CDs in them. And when you've got all the sides out properly, they're deceptively strong. Anyway, folks, on to some music. You have to excuse the voice. I've had asthma problems again. A record I've been listening to a lot just recently is this record. This is the sensational Alex Harvey Band. Now, I don't know, I've never seen anybody hold this up in the VC, but I'll keep beating the drum about this band. This is a phenomenal band. And once more, you can pick up their CDs very cheap. And it's just an absolute... Alex Harvey, he basically died prematurely. I think it was around about 1980. But this band was like way underrated. They should have done a lot more. But unfortunately, he died. And if you're into that 70s vibe, it's definitely one for you. I say it's very psychedelic in some places. Sort of came from that area. You know, there's like bands like Purple, they sort of all come out of psychedelica. But the big hit was Delilah. Now, it was too commercial for me. You know, it's my Delilah. And one of the guys wore some funny makeup and that. But to show the pedigree of this band, some of the guys went on to play with the MSG and other bands after Alex Harvey died. But if you haven't discovered this band, please do. It's just awesome. Yeah, you know, it's just amazing. And I'll always beat the drum of this band. It's phenomenal. Now, another discovery, I'll tell you the background. I was on eBay, and apparently, you know, all this COVID lark, a lot of bands are really struggling at the moment. They've got all that, because they ain't got any gigs going on at the moment, and they don't have merch tables to sell their CDs. They're doing it on eBay to try and get a few quid together. And I discovered a couple of new bands that way. And I was listening to a few of the bands, and I discovered this band. Now, this band's been going for ages. It's Elixir. Now, if you don't know, they're like a New Wobham band, but it's a bit late for the New Wobham in my book. But they go under the thing of New Wobham. And they recorded this record. This is their very first album in '86, round about that time. And some magazines in UK say it's one of the best power metal records ever recorded. It was in their top 20, and that was like bands like Helloween in there and Judas Priest and all the others. And this record is an absolutely killer. I haven't stopped playing it, and because this is not the original, because the original would have cost you an arm and a leg. Literally, it's an expensive record. This has got the bonus tracks. And also they did I think it was that Tommy Vance or somebody, it was on Radio 1, and you get that session, and that was the main track listing. Now, Clive Burr played with this band as well, but he sadly got ill. And yeah, it's just a great band, but this is the original lineup. And if you haven't got this band, you can buy it now for about 6 or 7 quid. And it's the best money you'll ever spend. If you're into bands like Maiden, because Burr played, I think it was their first 3 albums, and you like a Rainbow, Dio, that sort of late 70s music, this one's definitely the one for you. It's very Dio orientated. It's got those galloping riffs, and it's just amazing. A couple of these songs are better to me than Iron Maiden songs. They're just mind-blowingly good. And there you go. That's the booklet. The band's called Elixir, and I have got the brand new one that came out last year, and it's got, look, they sent me a little pin badge with it as well. But this band did go on to form another band called Midnight Express, I've got that record as well, but I'll show you those later. But I haven't had this one. Hasn't been off the turntable. It's just a stonking good late new wave of British heavy metal record. But it's definitely a band to check out. Elixir. I can't remember if this is a Swedish company, but they reissued it. To say original this, it probably cost about the price of a new car now. It was when it came out, they self-produced it. They didn't go to a record company. They did it themselves, and it sold really, really a lot. And this is how I think this album came about. They didn't go via a record company, and these sort of records are really expensive. But if you see it about Elixir, especially the Son of Odin, buy it. You won't be disappointed. Now, my next record was a great find for me. Now, it cost me £3, and it's one of these compilation albums that you'd glance at and dismiss. And it's a good job I didn't dismiss this one. Now, it's this record. I bought this one off eBay. And what basically it is one of these, I don't know how they do it in America or Europe, but in the UK, if you want to learn how to play a guitar, they give you a CD and you get the book with all the things on, like. And I don't know whether this was like the off the magazine, or this encouraged you to buy a magazine, or what. I think maybe they put this with a magazine. It came as a whole package and it got detached. And Scott Waters, you're right, mate. Scott got it right because he thought it was a magazine CD as well. But it's basically called the Extremely Loud Guitar Disc. Just play it. And but when you look at some of the music on the back, my eyes nearly exploded. You've got Hammer and Nail, Whitecross, To Hell with the Devil, Striper, Deliverance, Exina, Holy Soldier, Tourniquet, Guardian, Bride, Bloodgood, Bride, and all those sort of bands. And it's just mind-blowingly good. If you're into sort of, it is Christian metal, and that came as a bit of a contradiction to me, but oh well. But it is Christian, and it's phenomenal. I haven't had this stop playing this one. That's the booklet, and that's the book you get. Inspired. Do you want to learn to play these smoking solos? Then you buy the book. And you get 19 songs, then you have to go and buy the book or something. I don't know how it works. But I tell you have to be a guitar virtuoso to play some of them riffs. No beginner will. I think it was just selling an illusion. I mean, to play some of the riffs on here, you'd have to be at it like in Richie Blackmore's standard. It would take about 10 years practice to do that sort of stuff. And what I liked about it, I thought they had a piece of cake with it as well. They put a paper towel in to stop the case, and I thought it was a nice touch. I thought they sent me a piece of cake with it. But yeah, it's just a fantastic CD. Haven't stopped playing it. Now, last but not least, a bit of book action. And I'm not going to dwell too much. I've been reading K.K. Dowling's book. And it's a thoroughly good read in some respects. You're learning a lot how the Judas Priest albums came about. How Johnny B. Good ended up on the album. And all the stuff behind it. But you also get a lot of his relationship with Glenn Tipton as well, which wasn't very good in the band. And all this sort of stuff. But the great thing about it is, where KK lives, Asbury Hall, is literally about 5 miles down the road from me. And a lot of the places he talks about in West Brom, Stourbridge and all this area I know well. And it's a really, really good book. But I'm not going to dwell because I'm not very happy with KK at the moment. To form a band and call it KK's Priest, to me, is one step too far. I for one, shan't be buying the album. It's just a Judas Priest clone band. And how you could do that to your fellow bandmates, I don't know. But yeah, I've got mixed reservations about reading it. I got it cheap, and it's something I'd read once, and that's it basically. But it is a good read. Learning a lot, especially you know the areas and stuff. But what he's done, like got basically a clone band together with Judas Priest, and they're calling it KK's Priest. It's just, to me, is just too much. Anyway, folks, there'll be more offerings soon. I noticed I've got my DVD collection. I'm doing a lot of sorting in this room at the moment. And, so it's all a bit of a mess. But love each other and stay fit and healthy. And I'll catch you on the next instalment, which shouldn't be long, because this is only about the 10th of what I've been listening to. There's a fair few more coming up. Okie doke, folks. Farewell.